Hi and welcome to 7 Report. Today, first look at another new Kangertech product, the TOPBOX Mini Platinum Edition. Now this is another one of the temperature control devices from Kangertech that will allow you to operate in temperature control mode with a wide variety of coiled materials, including nickel, titanium, nichrome, stainless steel, and yes, even Kanthal. And we'll get more into that when we unbox this and take a look at it. And what we'll do is reset the camera angle, open it up, take a look at everything that comes inside, go over some of the different settings, some of the displays, what's inside the box, fill the tank up with e-juice, and then come back to this angle and get our first vape. But this kit includes the Toptank Mini, which is a top filling, sort of a sub-tank, but they're calling it a top tank. This is its top fill. And the KBOX Mini temperature control mod with a maximum output of 75 watts. So let's do that. Let's reset the camera angle here, open up the box, take a look at it, see some of the display functions, fill that tank up with some juice, and get our very first vape on the Kangertech TOPBOX Mini Platinum Edition. So here's the TOPBOX Mini Platinum Edition from Kangertech. It opens up like that, and inside the package, the KBOX Mini Platinum Edition and the Toptank Mini. Together, they package this as the TOPBOX Mini. Now this is a top fill tank. It very easily unscrews the top part, and you just fill it that way. Very convenient, a lot easier than the bottom filling sub tanks. So let's set that over here and see what else we have in the box. There's your typical Kangertech owner's manual. Very comprehensive, but the print is a little bit on the small side. Telling you, this little thing telling you about filling the top tank. Kanger loves putting these little color adhesive strips in for your battery, and what that does is you wrap that around your battery at the place where it would show through the vent, so that you're not having a purple battery show through your platinum KBOX if that's a problem for you. Authentication card, using guide for the new coils, giving you some recommendations on the wattage levels based on the VG percentage of your e-juice. It does have a charging cable, micro USB charging cable, and it does have a mini RBA deck, and I believe there should be already there's a pre-wrap coil inside the mini RBA. Some cotton, a little screwdriver, an extra wrap coil, and some screws for that mini RBA. Now the tank comes with a nickel coil already installed, and you know that it's nickel because of that blue band at the bottom. Put that back in there. That's the first one we'll use. But then it also has a Clapton coil. I believe this is the Clapton. Although this one might be the Clapton. That might be your regular Kanthal coil. So you can see, yeah, this is the Clapton coil. I don't know if that's going to focus. So it's got the 0.15 nickel coil, a 0.5 stainless steel coil, which is the one we just looked at, and then the Clapton coil as well. So let's go ahead and put this coil back in here, put some of the paperwork back in, and we'll get a much fuller look at all the specs on this when we do our full review. Today we're just doing a really quick first look. Magnetic battery compartment. Takes one 18650 battery, which is not included, and you put that battery in there and you're going to see the display light up. And as with a lot of the Kanger mods, you do have the ability to flip your orientation of that display 180 degrees by holding the increase and decrease buttons in at the same time. And that will flip the display. 75 watts is the maximum output, and right now it's in wattage mode. And you can change your wattage in 0.1 watt increments. And I think we're going to have to put a tank on. So I'm going to fill this up, and before we fill it, well, let's go ahead and do it here so I can show you. It's been a while since we've done this. When you're using a new coil that has organic cotton in it, you always want to make sure that you're priming the coil. And so what we're going to do is put a couple of drops. We're using Cinnanuts e-juice from Vapes Gone Wild here in Newnan, Georgia, my local vape shop. We're going to put a couple of drops just right down into the center of the coil, and then through the juice ports right onto the cotton, just to make sure that that is going to be fully saturated. Then we're going to put it back together, open up the top, and well, let's see if the light's going to let us see. Just insert the point of your dripper or your bottle, depending on what kind you have, there, and squeeze to fill that tank up. And I'll have to take a look at the manual to get let you know for sure what the capacity is on this tank. But that's going to be enough to get us started. And we just put the top back on. Now we've got the nickel coil in there. We're going to screw it onto it. I believe that that is a spring-loaded 510 connector on the KBOX Mini Platinum. All right, now it might ask us, yep, is that a new atomizer? If you've got it turned on and you put a tank on, it's going to ask you, so we'll say yes. And let's take it up to 75 watts. That's the maximum. Now you press the fire button 3 times to select the type of coil you have. If you want to use it in just variable wattage mode, you're set, you're good to go. But you click it 3 times, and that's going to show you nickel, and it's at 500 degrees Fahrenheit right now. I think it's 500, 600, I take that back, 600. Or click it 3 more times, titanium. Click it 3 more times, stainless steel. Click it 3 more times, it's going to say nichrome. And the manual says for the purposes of this mod, and I think probably on the KBOX 200 also I found this to be true, that you can use Kanthal with that nichrome setting. But again, we have the nickel, so we're going to go ahead and go back to nickel. And I'm not going to do it at 600 degrees to start. Now here's the thing with the KBOX Nano and the KBOX Mini temperature control. In Fahrenheit, the temperature increments are 10 degrees. The KBOX 200 is a single degree increment of change, but 10 degrees on the Mini and the Nano. Now you can flip that display, we've already shown you that, right? 180 degrees. And you can press all 3 buttons in at the same time to lock. Oh, I was firing. There you go. You'll lock it by holding in the fire button, the plus and the minus button at the same time. And once you've done that, you won't accidentally change your temperature or power settings. When it flashes, you know it's unlocked. And there we can once again change the settings. So that's pretty much just a quick first look. I will do a little bit more reading in the manual, and of course use this fairly extensively once we get done with the KBOX 200 and come back with a full review. But let's change our camera angle, allow that juice to soak in and saturate the cotton in that coil, and come back and do a first vape on the Kangertech TOPBOX Mini Temperature Control Mod and Tank. The tank is the Toptank, the mod is the KBOX Mini Platinum Edition. Okay, we've got the TOPBOX Mini Platinum Edition all put together, turned on, a battery in it, e-juice in the tank. I did not show you, I should have, the airflow adjustment. There are two airflow ports, a wide open and a single hole, and then a smaller hole. So you have three different adjustments you can do. Let's go to the middle one for right now. See where we've got it on the nickel coil, which is what's in there. It's reading as 0.29 ohm. I believe it's supposed to be 1.5, but there's always going to be some variance on those coils. Yes, it says 0.15 nickel 200 coil, which is what's in there. Set at 400 degrees. Let's give it a first take. That's pretty nice. It's a rather tight draw. Let's open it up to the full opening here and see if it's much more airy or not. That's pretty good. I like the taste on that. Of course, I've always liked that e-juice. Let's take it down to 350. Again, the increments of change in Fahrenheit, 10 degrees. In Celsius, it's 5 degrees. And the wattage increments of change, 0.1 watts. So 350, let's see how we do. Much cooler. The taste doesn't pop quite as much, so let's go up to 450 and see what we got. Oh yeah. I like that. It is a good deal warmer, especially than 350. It's 100 degrees different, but the flavor pops a lot more at 450. Let's go back and put it on the smallest opening. You can barely see that, and in the full review we'll show you closer up the airflow openings. That's a very, very tight draw on that setting. How about the middle? Let's try that one more time. At 450 degrees. That's very nice. I really like the look of this Platinum Edition. It just really pops the display. It's nice and clean and bright. I like how it obviously made to go together with the Platinum Edition of the Toptank and the Platinum Edition of the KBOX Mini. Feels very solid, not nearly as big. Let me see, I've got the 200 here. And the KBOX 200 is pretty small for a 200 watt mod, but look at the difference between the KBOX 200 and the KBOX Mini Platinum Edition. But I like this. I like the feel of this. I like the looks of this. I like the fact that you can use it in temperature control with nickel, titanium, nichrome, stainless steel, and kanthal as well. When you're using kanthal, just have it set for the nichrome. That setting works for both of those according to the manual. Well, that's it. Our first look at the Kangertech TOPBOX Mini Platinum Edition Temperature Control Mod and Top Filling Toptank from Kangertech. I'll do a little research, see if I can find a place that is selling them right now. Find the manufacturer's suggested retail price from Kanger on that and post that in our accompanying article on our website, 7report.com. Thanks again to our friends from Kangertech. Man, they keep coming out with new stuff all the time, and thankfully allowing us to be among the first to try it and review it. So again, thanks so much to our friends at Kangertech. Thank you for being with us today. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our website as well, 7report.com. We update both the YouTube channel and the website all the time. Thanks again for being with us today, and embrace the vape.